Welcome to the Coreum Concepts late night live stream. I'm your host, Chris, reporting from the snowy Salt Spring Islands. Long time no here. I am back. Spent the last month in Prince Rupert with less than quality internet. Was not able to stream very much, so we're good. We're good to go. You're going to be seeing a lot of content here in the days and weeks ahead. Thank you for joining me. If you can find some value here in the stream, please hit that like and share button. Get the message out there. CNTO's here. I'm back, baby. I was going to play the Fast Eddie clip here. Baby's here. Welcome. Let me know if the sound's all right. New place, new setup. Hopefully everything's turning out okay. Seems to be fine, I think. Got lots to get into here today. Got some volatile markets last few days. Hopefully you got yourself in on that dip. Lots of regulation changes and news around staking, tokenization. We're going to dive into some real world assets on Coreum. And whatnot. Baby says we sound good. We're good to go. All right. Thank you for joining me. I'm streaming on X and YouTube at the same time. It's a live stream AMA. Feel free to ask any questions. Just drop them in the comments there. And I will certainly get to them if I can. It's probably going to be a little bit on the longer side here today. But lots to catch up on. Try not to go too long. But if there's anything you want me to cover, any questions, just let me know. We can get into it. Before we get started, Coreum Community DAO and Validator. If you need to learn more about that, you can head over to coreumcommunitydao.com. Or, of course, just go to my bio and check out the myweb3.me link. Coreum Concepts it has everything here you will need. Social media links, the official links, Discord, Spotify, OmniFlix, and Restake. We're going to talk about Restake here soon. Some big APYs here lately on the Coreum ecosystem. This past Sunday on the Superledger podcast, number 63, we had Niall and Rob with IMU TV. Dropped a ton of knowledge and information. If you are creating music or similar in Web3, you must listen to this space. A lot of information there exchanged. You can hit the replay to learn more about that. While we're on the topic of IMU TV, you see my profile pic there is one of the protectors, and that is part of that project. And you can see a post here from Niall. XRP holders, have you heard of the protectors of the frequencies? An NFT collection backed by a global broadcasting network where each NFT represents 0.00025% of IMU TV's monthly TV advertisement revenue, plus daily XFT rewards, exclusive events, and so much more. We talk about that. There's an exclusive event concert coming up for Protectors holders. So I was honored to be asked to be part of that collection. You can see my guy there with that nice owl right there, dead center. And you can just head over to Xmart via that link, get yourself protector. Lots of value there. And why is my trading views just giving me grief here? Oopsies. Let me get back here. There we go. All right, just check in with everybody. I see Nucleus here. Hello, thanks for joining me. Let's check in with the markets. Lots been going on here the last few days. A lot of volatility. Looks like some more happening here this evening. Total crypto market cap currently at 3.18 trillion. As you can see, yesterday it dipped down to 2.81. Gold is trading at $2,815. Silver is $31.42. DXY has been climbing higher, but big drop there yesterday. Currently at 108.879. Bitcoin on either side of 100,000 here the last day. Again, that big dip yesterday was down to 91,000, just under 92,000. So Ethereum, no different. Currently trading at 2705. XRP went on a heck of a ride down to $1.75, currently at 255. For those of you that caught that dip, congratulations. Heck of a return in a short period of time, but currently at $2.55. And that's down 5.5% here today. As you can see, the market here tonight is turning red again. Coreum bounced back really well from its low at just under 13 cents there. It's back up to 17.8 despite being down 4.5% here this evening. Sologenic trading at 36.5 cents. And Omniflix, it just got hammered yesterday down to 5 cents. Steal of a deal. Still trading at 6.5 cents. Jackal, also another great buy there at the moment, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but it spiked all the way down to 9 cents. And it was just at 20 some cents here just a few days back. Stargaze 0.0029. How low did it go? Yes, just above 2.002. And we have Atom at $4.55. Avalanche $26.27. And Hedera, lots of strong news on Hedera lately. Big Wick bought up there yesterday, currently trading at 25.39 cents. You can see the crypto stocks weren't spared either in this volatility here. Coinbase trading at 284. It dropped down to 269 roughly. Got WonderFi, big dip down there to 24 cents. Currently trading at 27.5. It wasn't too long ago. We were up here at 41 though, so big movements there. So a lot of volatility in the market. I personally think that's a good sign. It's been fairly stable for quite some time. And with bull market, new people coming in, you need that volatility. Both good and bad. Take your chances on these dips. Or if you have your bag set up, just be patient. Hold your way through them. In my opinion, we're not at market top yet. Pulsera has a proposal approved by the community here. Proposal A-0067. We'll take a look at that. Close that down. There we go. So proposal A-0067, fair distribution, 98.95% approval, 33.59% turnout there. And the details here is, let's get these pools funded for the bull run. After reaching out to the community via Telegram, I believe this distribution is fair for all. All pools deserve at least 1%, and that can be adjusted as needed. 2% minimum for all Coreum pools, 3% minimum for all Sarah pools, 4% minimum USDC pairs. Pulsera has the potential to be #1 DEX if we work together. So that was passed easily. And we'll go to the actions here, and you can see what the rewards look like here. See XRP Coreum, no change, 2%. XRP Sarah, 3%. XRP Solo stays at 2%. Or no, that's to 2%. Where are our changes? Here we go. They're coming up. XRPL Ripple USD, 1%. Osmosis Coreum, 2%. No changes there. Or do we start getting into some changes here? Here's some of the new pools. The SBC stablecoin. So we now have 2 stablecoin pools. Got the USDC, Ripple USD, 5% rewards there. Good to see. And I believe there is a SBC stablecoin pool here also somewhere. Yes, there we go. SBC, Ripple USD, 1%. So you got 2 stablecoin pools to choose from on Pulsera. That's a good place to be. Earn some rewards. Very little chance of impermanent loss. Obviously, there still remains some risk in DeFi, but stable coin pools definitely a good way to go to avoid some of that. And then checking in with the pools. Currently have $1.466 million locked up on the Pulsar ecosystem, $100,000 24-hour trading. Starting to see some funding trickle into. I was looking at the Ripple USDC pool there. It was starting to grow fairly well. As you can see, you got about just under $60,000 in that pool, sharing those 5% rewards. So take a look at that if you haven't already. If you need any assistance to learn about that, feel free to reach out to anybody in the Coreum community DAO there. Certainly help you out on your journey into DeFi if you're new to that. Let's give this an update on Smart Stake Analytics, and we'll get into validator updates. Charles, welcome. Good to see you. All right, total stake Coreum 391,918,330 currently locked up, representing a new record high, 60.1% staked on the network, and just under 1 million Coreum being undelegated. So that's interesting to see. It's been a while since we've seen it under 1 million, so that's good. People are keeping their Coreum locked up. Current APY 31.8%. Coreum Community DAO is ranked 12th in voting power with 1.61% of the vote. 3% commission fees, always have been, always will be. 409 unique delegates. Thank you, each and every one. And we currently have 60 validators on the network. And I'm going to do a validator show here this week, as there has been some moves, some changes, some jailings, a few things to report, some renames, you name it. So we're going to do a full episode on that. Last time I did one, it was two live streams, total of 4 hours. So I'll try and work it all into one long one here this time around. But due to the block times being reduced on Coreum, maybe we'll take a look at that here right away. Actually, good reminder, the current APY, if you're using the restake feature and stake to Coreum Community DAO, restakes every 2 hours. We pay the bill for that. Minimum 1 Coreum needed to do that. And you currently have 52.07%. Just ridiculous amount of rewards for just securing the Coreum blockchain with Coreum tokens. All right, let's just pop over to the Coreum Explorer. Let's see what our block time is here these days. There we go. All right, so as you can see, we're currently sitting at 1.12 seconds per block, 60 to 64 validators. And you can see here, total market cap is 116 million, inflation rate 14.61%. Total supply 651,641,058. Total Coreum, the community pool has accumulated 7.5 million Coreum. Okay, we'll pop into the XRPL ecosystem here real quick. XRP scan. The amendments recently passed. As you can see, this was the big one here, the AMM clawback that has now enabled Ripple USD to find its way to the AMM pools on the XRPL. So what has that done? As you can see, the number of pools has increased significantly. Steady climb there. Meme tokens contributing to that. And then obviously a bunch of new Ripple USD pools. But as you can see, the total XRP pooled is actually going down. Trending a little bit lower here. 13.44 million XRP currently pooled up with 17,691 active pools there. So same liquidity moving around, an increasing number of pools. So be safe out there. Make sure you know what you're getting into. And make sure you understand what providing liquidity entails, both good and bad, before you play with that one. As mentioned, Ripple USD now on the AMM pools. And Ripple spared no expense, took out some big ads in Wall Street Journal to let everybody know. All right, looking over at the Coreum ecosystem this week, February 6th, this Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Coreum team is going live with Jackal Protocol to discuss how decentralized storage is shaping AI, NFTs, and enterprise use cases. Make sure you set your reminder. We interviewed Jackal on the Superledger podcast a couple of months back. A lot of exciting things going on there. Definitely a quality project, bringing a lot of value with decentralized storage. So really pleased to see Coreum having a space with them. Hopefully there'll soon be a Jackal outpost on Coreum. That would be fantastic news for everybody in this Coreum community. All right, and Coreum posted here, from paper certificates to digital tokens, Coreum is laying the groundwork for enterprise needs in a modernized digital economy. Smart tokens lets businesses tokenize and trade assets on demand. You can learn more here. They created a nice Medium article about just that. The future of capital markets lies in tokenization, and Coreum is positioned as a key enabler for institutions to issue, manage, distribute, and trade RWAs. We're going to get into some RWA themed content here for the next little bit. If you have any questions, please hit the comments and hit that like and share. We're about to drop some value here when it comes to RWAs. Legacy financial systems are under pressure to evolve as global payments revenue is projected to reach $2.3 trillion by 2028, signaling a shift as cash usage declines and digital transactions reshape the industry. This article explores how Coreum's infrastructure, smart tokens, and tokenization standards are driving a digital-first financial ecosystem, enhancing efficiency reducing counterparty risk and expanding global liquidity. Why Coreum leads in tokenization. Coreum's infrastructure is designed to meet the demands of global markets, providing compliance and security features such as AML, CFT compliance monitoring, integrations with OnChain.ai, leveraging AI-driven tools for security and analytics. Regulated custody, we've talked about BitGo in the past, institutional grade storage and staking services. Bespoke stablecoins enabled by Braille, which support compliant and customizable issuance for fully backed stablecoins. We had Jeff from SBC Stablecoin on the podcast a few weeks ago. Great episode. If you missed that, encourage you to go find it. A lot of value in there. And ISO 20022 compatibility integrated at the protocol level, offering increased speed and reliability in financial messaging for global payment networks. These features, along with other attributes, position Coreum's blockchain to perform as a robust infrastructure for financial markets, bridging the gap between traditional finance and the blockchain. Coreum smart tokens are native blockchain assets designed to unlock the full potential of tokenization. Embedded directly into the blockchain, smart tokens eliminate the need for external smart contract interactions, offering lightweight, customizable, and reliable utility out of the box. These tokens allow enterprises and developers to assign specific behaviors and functions to tokens, enabling them to operate independently on the chain storage while maintaining efficiency and securities. Key features of smart tokens would include integrated compliance, as mentioned above there, built-in AML, KYC capabilities, along with whitelisting, clawback, and freezing functions ensure regulatory adherence. Native programmability. Smart tokens are lightweight, flexible, highly extendable, allowing developers to assign unique properties and functionalities to fungible, non-fungible, and hybrid tokens with predefined features like minting, burning, access control. They offer versatility while reducing the risks tied to traditional smart contracts. Cross-chain compatibility. With full IBC integration, smart tokens are cross-chain compatible with a growing ecosystem of interoperable networks, including the XRPL ledger, supporting expanded use cases. Predictable costs. Deterministic gas fees ensure transparency and predictability, allowing institutions to budget accurately for on-chain operations. The features make smart tokens ideal for targeted areas like commercial real estate, art and collectibles, infrastructure and supply chain management, tokenized funds like ETFs and equity instruments, private placement funds, NFT estate planning. Smart tokens combine value and data in a single asset, enabling developers to build robust dApps with predictable execution. Unlike smart contracts, they mitigate the risks through on-chain transparency and reduced vulnerability to exploits. Smart tokens combine value and data into a single asset. The demand for tokenization standards is growing rapidly as ecosystems like Ethereum demonstrate the transformative impact of frameworks like ERC20 and ERC721, which underpin over 90% of DeFi and NFT projects. Notably, Ethereum's ERC3643 standard emphasizes regulatory compliance and efficient management for tokenized assets. However, Ethereum's limitations, such as susceptibility to re-entrancy attacks, along with high and non-deterministic gas fees, pose challenges for scalability and institutional adoption. Meanwhile, the absence of a unified standard for tokenized RWAs in the Cosmos ecosystem presents significant challenges to achieving advanced interoperability and multi-chain scalability. Coreum smart tokens address these gaps by offering a composable standard with built-in IBC integration, programmable compliance, and advanced asset management capabilities, positioning real-world assets to interoperate with an internet of blockchains. Right, so Reza was recently on a discussion at the XRPL Community Day. I'm going to play a little clip from that here shortly. Bridging XRPL and IBC ecosystem. So for those of you who don't know, Coreum Community DAO does run a relayer, part of the bridge infrastructure for this XRPL IBC connection. Coreum's decentralized bridge to the XRP ledger uniquely facilitates interoperability between the XRPL and Internet of Blockchains connected through IBC. With two-way functionality, the bridge unlocks extended DeFi functionality for XRPL native assets. By linking XRPL's efficient payment protocol with Coreum's robust infrastructure, the bridge allows developers to build multi-chain smart contracts while allowing anyone to transfer tokenized assets and access liquidity across Cosmos-based DeFi protocols. Its non-custodial architecture, supported by relayers, ensures secure and seamless communication, making Coreum's bridge essential for unifying ecosystems. Transforming capital markets through tokenization. The global tokenization market is projected to reach 5.6 billion by 2026. This surge reflects a growing demand for transforming capital markets as traditional systems face challenges like illiquid assets, inefficiencies in settlement, and barrier to global participation. Tokenized real-world assets unlock liquidity, streamline asset management, and enable fractional ownership, paving the way for a more inclusive financial ecosystem. Coreum's enterprise-grade blockchain, with its compliant scalability, interoperability, serves as a hub for tokenization, simplifying the management of real-world assets and building a borderless foundation for future of global finance. All right, so you just head over to their website and hit the RWA tokenization tab. A lot of that information that we just discussed is on there in a more visual format. Ton of good value there if you haven't found your way there yet. All right, as I mentioned, Reza, co-founder of Sologenic and Coreum, was at the XRPL Community Day as one of the speakers when they were talking about real-world assets. Let's take a listen to what he had to say there.
As you know, RWAs and tokenization are the center of our focus at Sologenic. And regarding interoperability, I think the idea is very simple, that RWAs on the XRPL should be able to move easily between different blockchains. And it's not a one-way thing either. Assets should be able to flow to the XRP ledger as well as from other chains. Right now, we're making this happen through the very first fully decentralized and non-custodial XRP ledger bridge, the Coreum bridge that went live last year, which connects XRP ledger to the Cosmos ecosystem and other IBC-enabled chains, supporting XRP and other RWAs. It's a pretty big step towards the XRPL interoperability, and it opens up actually a ton of new possibilities. That means, as David mentioned, we can tap into things like DeFi protocols on WASM-based EVM chains, or use cross-chain transfers like the interchain accounts on the Cosmos ecosystem. This kind of flexibility obviously leads to more liquidity and more utility and more room for innovation, of course. And I think the potential here is massive, with programmable features on the XRPL sidechain, whether Coreum, EVM, other chains. We can do really we can do really exciting stuff, like automating compliance processes, enabling cross-chain lending through RWA collateralization, and staking, and even fractionalizing ownership, so more people can get involved.
All right. So Reza later went on to speak to there needing to be a standard for tokenization of real world assets. So that's twice now we've heard Coreum referenced as a potential standard, once for as we're talking about here, tokenizing real world assets, and then also mentioned as the standard for the Cosmos ecosystem too. So a lot of powerful opportunities for Coreum. Definitely way ahead on the XRPL front. There's other technologies obviously trying to do some bridging there too, but Coreum's just so far ahead, already looking to problems that they're encountering and trying to find solutions. One he mentioned on that space was the need for a standard for real world assets. So the example that I could think of that I spoke to recently when I had Open Eden on talking about tokenizing T-bills on the XRPL, I asked, being that the bridge is there, could that asset be bridged over to Coreum? They said absolutely, 100%. It would also just have to be whitelisted on that side too, which is possible on the Coreum ecosystem. Obviously, with smart tokens, that's pretty easy. And the reason for that is to currently purchase the T-bill token, you have to be a accredited investor. So that's the importance of the features that it provides. So we know those real world assets can be tokenized on one chain or the other, but the important part is there, as Reza was trying to point out, is there needs to be a standard so that if you're whitelisted on the one chain, you're also going to be whitelisted on the other chain, or the requirements too on the other side of it if you're a token issuer. So important things. As said, Coreum's way ahead of the pack on a lot of these issues. Axler is building a bridge to the EVM, somewhat of a different project, as Axler just strictly focuses on interoperability and connecting different chains, whereas Coreum's definitely doing interoperability as far as the bridge is concerned, but they're not building a blockchain of bridges per se. Not to say that there won't be additional ones, but they're building an enterprise grade blockchain with a lot of these compliance ISO tools in place, ready to go. So kind of apples and oranges there. I see a lot of the communities a little upset that Axler is getting a lot of the attention and making some claims that with wording, might seem problematic, but in my opinion, everything's good. Axler has been one of Coreum's peers right since Coreum launched. We recently have Axler pairs on Pulsera, so it's important that everybody understands it's going to be a multi-chain environment. All these different projects are bringing their own piece of value, not necessarily always competition. So keep your eyes on that. You can head over to my profile. I won't read this one. It's fairly long. We covered a lot of it, but it talks about some interesting concepts. I wrote an article. It's pinned, as I mentioned, to the profile. It's called From Memes to Universal Basic Equity, How Blockchain Innovations Could Reshape Economic Foundations. So again, talks about tokenization. A lot of value there. Encourage you to check that out. If you find some value, just hit that like and reshare. Send it along down the road so others can hear it. But I'll just read the start of it, give you an idea. In the digital age where memes can become $1 million tokens and digital art sells for astronomical sums via NFTs, the intersection of blockchain technology with community economics is not just futuristic concept, but an unfolding reality. One of the most intriguing prospects is the creation of a universal basic equity system where every member of a community or culture has a stake in the digital economy. Here's how the quirky world of meme tokens, NFTs, and blockchain, particularly with innovations like Coreum's bridge between the XRPL and Cosmos IBC ecosystem, could pave the way for a new form of equitable wealth distribution. So it talks about the meme token economy, NFTs and cultural capital, and blockchain as the backbone. and what Coreum's role could be in a UBE. So yeah, check that out. Let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment, send me a message. Just some interesting ideas there. Take a quick break here, play a quick commercial. I should mention, we do have our newsletter about to drop. Bibi and I are working on it here today. I think it's ready to go. So either later tonight after the stream or early tomorrow morning, keep your eyes out on X and OmniFlix for the latest Coreum Community DAO newsletter, Q1 newsletter. It looks at some of the accomplishments of Coreum Community DAO 2024 year in review. Bibi did 2 powerful NFT projects in this episode, so you get a double dose of Bibi's work in there. And I can tell you, the work he did on the protectors is pretty good, pretty good stuff there. So encourage you to watch for that. We play a quick commercial, get myself a drink, get caught up. I see Pete's here. Good morning. And let me just play a quick little Coreum Community DAO video. And I will be right back.
Ever wondered how blockchain technology can revolutionize industries? Welcome to Coreum Community DAO, a place where innovation meets community. In this video, we delve into the mission and vision of Coreum Community DAO and how it's driving the future of blockchain technology. Coreum Community DAO firmly believes in the potential of the Coreum blockchain to revolutionize industries and reshape the way we interact and transact. With its inherent transparency, security, and efficient network, Coreum has the capability to drive innovation, trust, and empower individuals and businesses worldwide. We are a decentralized autonomous organization, or DAO, focused on educating the community about Coreum. Through resources, spaces, podcasts, tutorials, and workshops, we empower individuals to contribute to the network's development and growth. At Coreum Community DAO, we specialize in providing validator staking services for the Coreum network and a relaying for the Coreum XRPL two-way bridge. Our round-the-clock monitoring service ensures the security and integrity of the Coreum blockchain by constantly overseeing transactions and detecting any anomalies in real time. We are committed to delivering resolutions and assistance for any issue. Our team's dedication is towards fostering a more inclusive, fair, and decentralized future. Join us at Coreum Community DAO as we work together to shape the future of blockchain technology and empower communities around the world. For more information, visit our website at coreumcommunitydao.com and follow us on social media. Join our Discord server to enjoy full free access to a hub of value, resources, and networking opportunities with the leaders in Web3, empowering tomorrow together today.
All right, I'm back. Thanks for hanging out, waiting. And yeah, be sure to check out Coreum Community DAO, what we're building there. Ton of value, resources, community, networking. This will be the last round. Anybody has any questions, drop them in the comments, whether you're on X or YouTube. And within the next week, pleased to say the wait is over. We will be streaming via OmniFlix and their media hub. More details on that in the next few days, but pretty excited about that. It's been a long time coming. Technology's finally been made available to me, and we've seen Scott and Bella with the podcast and Chris Fight Farms do karate combat there 2 weeks ago to demonstrate what it's capable of, and more than impressed. It's amazing stuff that they're doing there. Can't wait to highlight it here for you guys. You'll be amongst the first to participate in this powerful new technology from OmniFlix. All right, sticking with the themes, real world assets. Core Marshall runs validator on the Coreum network. Strong community member. posted an article here from Cointelegraph. Just in, RWAs hit a $17 billion all-time high as Bitcoin dips below 100,000, with tokenized private credit leading the surge. So we just seen a projection there to see real-world assets hit 16 billion by 2025. As you can see, it's just taken off already and going to exceed that significantly at this pace. This is an important story that came out here today. Was shared in our Discord. Simon McLaughlin, sorry if I said that wrong, Simon, talking about here the UK Treasury. Simon's the CEO at Uphold, for some reference. Says the UK Treasury confirmation that crypto staking does not represent a collective investment scheme marks another key milestone in the mainstream acceptance of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, amplifying their legitimacy within the financial system. More generally, we're encouraged by the UK government's proposals for regulating crypto assets and promoting the adoption of the digital distributed ledger technology in capital markets. Staking not only offers an easy and convenient way for anyone to earn a yield on their crypto holdings, but also enhances blockchain decentralization, stability, and governance. Mechanisms like these will continue to drive industry adoption while facilitating greater integration between traditional finance and decentralized systems. Now that there's regulatory clarity, Uphold is today reintroducing staking on 19 assets for our UK customers. We expect to do the same in Europe and the US shortly. So that's great news. Obviously, is a bonded proof of stake network and running a validator on that blockchain. That is fantastic news. And we can just hope that the upcoming US regulatory framework will follow that similar path. And I'm thinking they probably will. You see here, Chris from crypto.com posts, pay attention. This is some pretty big news. Some people aren't really seeing the potential value in this, but Chris certainly has taken notice. And this is a post from Caroline Levitt. She is the assistant to the president and White House press secretary. It says, happening now, President Trump signs an executive order calling for the creation of a sovereign wealth fund. And that is fairly significant news. See if there's a comment. If Trump's sovereign wealth fund invests in crypto, they'll likely use a regulated U.S. compliant exchange. Crypto.com could be a strong candidate, especially since its CEO recently met with Trump and the exchange has been expanding in the U.S. with institutional offerings. So that's right. You can now bring your stocks to Crypto.com. I've been a Crypto.com user since day one, pretty much. The Crypto.com card is a great tool and has been for many years. So Sovereign Wealth Fund, it operates differently. We can dive into the details of that in another episode, but yeah, a lot of potential there. Definitely be watching that story closely. In other breaking news here today, and it ties into some Coreum, Sologenic, and CoreNest Capital news here that came out a week or so ago. El Salvador ends the Bitcoin legal tender status and halts purchasing Bitcoin. After 3+ years, El Salvador has officially revoked Bitcoin's status as legal tender in order to receive an IMF loan. Bukele's government, once defiant, has caved. Well, it's interesting timing because this was, when was this? January 22nd. Bob Ross posted, "Thank you for the incredible hospitality, President Bukele. Under your visionary leadership, El Salvador is on track to become the Silicon Valley of Latin America, a hub of innovation and opportunity for the entire region. Exciting times ahead." So you can see there's President of El Salvador, Bob Reza, having a sit-down chat. Sounds like it was a repeat visit from one of the members with their party. And here today, well, after that story broke on the 22nd, then the very next day, the news was talking about how incoming President Trump made a phone call and spoke with Bukele on his first few days in office. That just happened to be the day after that meeting with Bob and Reza. Could be a coincidence, but here we are a few weeks later. Mark Rubio has made a visit to El Salvador. Let's take a look here.
Yo me quedaría aquí por tiempo. Eso digo yo, pero no me dejan. ¿Y quiénes son estas? A ver, mi hija Laila. Laila, mucho gusto, Marco. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
So there you go. There's some visit to the house of the president of El Salvador from the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. Hot on the heels of Bob and Reza having a visit down there also. So it'll be interesting to see how this story develops. All right, and this post here, it was a few weeks old now, or let's go back November 21st, so end of last year. It's just important to note how this all comes together, though, with tokenizing real-world assets, bridges between blockchains, a new version of Sologenic coming out, Solotex, and how it's all related to CoreNest VC, Bob and Reza's venture capital fund. Let's take a look here.
Hey everyone, Mike McCluskey here. I'm on Wall Street in New York City, the epicenter of traditional financial services in the entire world. And our team has been here for the week for some meetings and events, and wanted to take this opportunity to announce a major partnership and joint venture that we're going to be launching with a company called Texture Capital. Texture Capital is one of the few broker dealers in the United States that's both licensed and approved by FINRA and the SEC to tokenize and trade digital assets. This gives our company a clear path to tokenizing stocks and ETFs for both retail and institutional investors, and puts us in a position to be the premier tokenization leader in the entire world. So we'll keep you updated with other announcements and updates in the coming weeks and months, and we're excited to get started.
All right, it was exciting announcement indeed. There's been some recent news there that another blockchain, I think Canton, was announced that it was going to be using the Texture Capital infrastructure broker-dealer license. Also, it caused a little bit of commotion and confusion, but it goes back to right when this was first announced. I have the slide there showing how that's Texture's role. They're blockchain agnostic. They're just meant to be a layer on top. So it's bringing all these pieces together. Powerful partnership. I'm hoping to have Mike on the show here, Superledger podcast. I mean, in the weeks ahead. So stay tuned for that as those details unfold. All right, here's some other news here from Smoked. Listen closely. You're watching mainstream media wake up in real time to the immense potential that ISO 222 will bring to the crypto markets. What was once dismissed as speculation is now being acknowledged by the very institutions that shape global finance. Price is simply an attention grabber. It's what gets people talking, but the real story lies beneath the surface. Infrastructure is being built, regulatory clarity is forming, and the financial system is quietly aligning with blockchain-based solutions that will reshape global payments, trade, and value exchange. The clips below are the early warning signs before trillions of dollars in capital flow into a handful of crypto assets positioned at the center of this transformation. By the time the masses realize what is happening, the window of opportunity will have already closed. Let's see what they got to say about this at NASDAQ.
We had these two big clumps of performance, and in between we had to be super patient. It was really a Bitcoin year, a lot. Although after the election, the idea of smart contract platforms and other growth-oriented digital assets gained favor. They have much more to benefit from a new regulatory pavement. So Ethereum sprang back to life, a lot of other layer ones, a lot of DeFi protocols. So the CoinDesk 20 index ended up 88% on the year. The top performers of current constituents were on nobody's bingo card, right? Ripple and Stellar and HBAR. So a lot of the names that were where there was excitement in the beginning of the year sort of switched places. So it was a very strong year, and it really provided a launch pad for 2025.
Which is interesting because we were talking.
So we had these two big clumps of performance, and in between.
All right, so he's looking at as all that news is just going to be a launch pad for what comes up in 2025. We'll continue on here.
Blockchain brought trustlessness to an industry that requires trust. And for institutional adoption, we sort of have to bring trust to trustlessness, right? And collateral management, custody, execution quality, knowing who your counterparty is. A lot of bilateral derivatives are going to explode in volume, right? It's not only just going to be centralized exchanges exchanging fiat for blockchain assets. It's going to be all kinds of trading, and a lot of that for institutional adoption is going to require familiar levels of trust.
Right.
So that has to be married back. Index investing. I think our biggest theme last year was that people didn't know what to do after Bitcoin, and I think many people still don't, and most people probably shouldn't, right? 5%ers who are going to spend 5% of their investment time thinking about crypto, and maybe even allocating 1 or 2 or 3%, shouldn't spend the time necessary to decide whether it's going to be Solana or Sui.
I think the infrastructure plays are interesting.
Right? Oh, which one, right? Which one's going to reign supreme? Again, I don't think anybody had Ripple and Stellar on their bingo cards for best performer out of a CoinDesk 20 last year. So index investing with maintaining rebalancing into the top performers, the biggest names, the best liquidity, right? The easiest implementation cost, which is how a lot of our indices are built. We're about to launch a bunch of new indices next week, actually, that go much broader for the professional set, for the hedge fund that has a 200 token depth, for the IPO market maker who really needs to think about not Bitcoin and Ether, but the next 100 tokens. We think serving that market's going to be very important. So correlation to those tail assets is going to be important for the everyday investor, and we're
So there you go. It'll be interesting to see how Coreum fits into that. As you can imagine, many of the things we discussed today about real world assets, smart tokens, capabilities, you can see how it all fits into that story. All right, wind things down here. Going to be able to keep it under an hour. Doing pretty good for being gone for a while. Be back tomorrow night with a tutorial, I think is what it'll look like. But to close things out here today, have some NFT topics to discuss. And this is from Coreum Community DAO here, Cosmic Gumball Machine, and the Coreum Community DAO collaboration. Mint a Coreum Community DAO Gumball or a CAF Gumball NFT and receive a one-time Coreum reward. Visit our Discord after minting to claim the prize. The link's in the bio. And just to note, the reward is for the initial minter only, does not transfer with NFT resale. And there's a link to that on Stargaze. You're going to need some OHM tokens to purchase that, or one at least, as it's 0.5 OHM for that NFT, just a couple dollars. A powerful project. Many of you know Bibby. As mentioned, he has a big part of this, and he is a big part of the Coreum Community DAO team there. He just does amazing work. You'll see tomorrow when we release the newsletter more of that. So powerful stuff there. Be sure you head over to Stargaze to check that out. If you've never been to Stargaze, need help with that, just reach out. Some of our team can help you get over there, get some stars in your wallet, and get you up and running. And then also on Stargaze, while you're there, Snails have had on the Superledger podcast in the past, quality educational content platform. and great NFT collection by the artist Mr. Minded. Powerful stuff, as you can see there. Coreum Community DAO is also partnered in with that and donated some prizes for the snail sweep contest. So check that out while you're there. Charles says Coreum dip was epic yesterday. Bought the dip. I agree. There was a couple great sales there yesterday. I was happy to jump on a couple of them myself. And I was really happy to see that Coreum had a strong rebound today, up almost 20% from that pullback. So really good to see the interest there despite the market uncertainty in these volatile times. All right, I think that is going to wrap it up here for today. We will check back with the charts here real quick, see how things are before we go. See total crypto market cap 3.19 trillion. Coreum's down a little bit here, back to 17.8. As you can see, a lot of red in the markets. Ethereum's getting clobbered. Bitcoin's just under 100K still. So if you missed out on some sale prices, looks like you're going to have another kick at the can here. So good luck. Be safe out there. I will be back tomorrow with a tutorial on minting a Cosmos gumball and how to get some OMA in your wallet and all that good stuff. And some of that's a bit of preparation for interacting over an OmniFlix there too. Can have a couple tutorials up this week. Appreciate all your support. If you found some value, just remember to hit that like and share button. That's all I'm asking in return. Superledger podcast this Sunday is going to be an interesting one. We're going to be using some new technology. As mentioned, OmniFlix might be having a part of that. So stay tuned this week as the days go on. I will keep you up to date on that. And be sure to check out last week's episode, the replay there with IMU TV. Ton of great information there. Spun some great tunes and just a really solid project that they're building there. So make sure you give Niles and Rob a follow. You're not going to want to miss what they have developing. Thank you, everybody, showing up, dropping some comments. Appreciate it. It was good to see everybody again. It's been a long time coming. Return tomorrow morning will be the next time you hear me with the morning show articulator during the morning X space that we're doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 a.m. Pacific, roughly. We have the Tim and Tina Web3 morning show. Just trying to help bring some Coreum and XRPL ecosystem knowledge to new users. Trying to keep those episodes short so people aren't discouraged to click on it and take a listen. So if you'd like to stop by, say hello, ask any questions, contribute to a topic, love to see you there on X, Tuesdays, Thursday morning, podcast here on Sundays. And I'll be definitely keeping busy this week in the evenings here at my late night time slot too. So thank you again, everybody. Appreciate the support. Leave you here with some music on the way out. And a banner. Forgot to put up the banner there. There we go. Let's head over to some music. Try that out. All right, guys. Peace and prosperity to you all.
Never choose the last. Whip hustlers, blockchain busters. Interview so fresh, got you second guess. Crypto dreams, tech supreme. New Orleans beam, living a stream. Super ledger in your hand, crystal clear. Every interview bringing pioneers here from the bayou to the big tech group. Tuned in, we got the know-how flowing through. Chris dropping jewels, all steady fuel. Feeding minds, alchemy on rewind. Decentralized chatter, community matter. Web3 staircase climbing the ladder. Ideas like Dumbo, thick and rich. Podcast shift, no easy hitch. Smart contracts, digital tracks. Building the future, ain't cutting no slack. Super legend in your ear. Crescent City, where the rhythms get gritty. Chris and Arctic on a journey, staying pretty. Super Ledger Podcast, your weekly blast. Community vibes, never choose a last. We're through hustlers, blockchain busters. Interview so fresh, got your second guess. Crypto dreams, tech supreme. New Orleans beam, living the stream. Super Ledger in your ear, crystal clear. Every interview bringing pioneers here from the bayou to the big tech crew. Tune in, we got the know-how flowing through. Chris dropping jewels, Arctic steady fuel, feeding lines, alchemy on rewind. Decentralized chatter, community matter. Web3 staircase climbing the ladder. Ideas like gumbo, thick and rich. Podcast shift, no easy hitch. Smart contracts, digital tracks. Building the future, ain't cutting no slack. Ideas like gumbo, thick and rich. Podcast shift, no easy hitch. Smart contracts, digital tracks. Building the future, ain't cutting no slack. Ideas like gumbo, thick and rich. Podcast shift, no easy hitch. Smart contracts, digital tracks. Building the future, ain't cutting no slack. From the heart of the Crescent City.